Unless we're arguing and you want to stop.
Unless it's ironic or we're arguing and I have to do it to make a point. Those are the only times I've interacted with Dick. Yes, I'm on live saying this. I always suck Dick ironically.
John is caught. He's not really an ally.
I always suck ironic Dick.
All right.
That's the first thing you hear when you
That's gonna be the pre.
Or PR something else. I always suck ironic Dick.
That's
right.
the intro there.
That should be the pre-intro. You should just clip that, make that the pre-intro.
All right, go.
All right. We are the Bucket Boys, and we're awesome.
Welcome to Book It, a wrestling podcast where we book and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Hi-Fi Mike, and today our GM's Damone, D Money Allen.
I came to play.
All right, we're running this back. Running it back. Do your intro again.
I'm your commissioner, Hi-Fi Mike, and today we have your host, Damone D Money Allen.
Run it back.
Fuck me.
That was so good.
But he saved it.
I want to save that. I'm going to go back and watch this.
Just tell me when I have to do it again.
Go.
Fuck me. We are the Bucket Boys, and we're awesome.
I don't like that. Do it again.
Oh my! I'm not doing
It
this
sounded
3 times.
it sounded like you said "lawsome."
Lost.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
You got to hit that awesome.
Mike, I swear to God, if you make me run this back again, I'm gonna eat your dick like Kobayashi.
Just run it back.
Ironically, of course. We are the Bucket Boys, and we're awesome.
Welcome to Book It, a wrestling podcast where we book and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Hi-Fi Mike, and today our GM's Damone, D Money Allen.
I must ask you a question.
LilXFudge.
I must ask you why I'm here.
And Late Night Keefy Keef.
Hola.
No primetime Travis T or Bad Guy this week, but
Thank
they will be
fuck.
putting their scores in later to bring John's show where it needs to actually be.
At the tippy top.
At the bottom.
Yeah.
I got the dice ready. I'm ready to roll. 4.
All right, first things before, let's just skip it. Fuck
It
context.
was the intro segment. Recapping last week.
So this week we're gonna continue on with our final round of Book It Verse 3, and we're gonna do John's show. John, tell us a little bit about your show.
All right, last time where we left off was the landmark pay-per-view Final Destination in New York City, Madison Square Garden, where you saw Mustafa Ali finally dethrone MJF in a banger of a match, critically acclaimed by our Book It judges. And now we begin the Monday Night Malice, the night after, live from the Barclays Center, and you hear the intro play with their new theme song, Nothing Left to Lose by Woe Is Me playing, and Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp open Malice with Shannon Sharp saying, "Welcome to an extra special episode of Big Baller Wrestling Malice, live from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. New season, new theme song by Woe Is Me pumping, new network, and a new champ because Skip Bayless was wrong. He walked out with 0 cases of Diet Dew, and MJF walked out with 0 titles." Skip responds, "Last night, Mustafa Ali shocked the world with a 1 in a million chance of everything going his way. I don't think he wins that match again, but he doesn't need to." Shannon cuts in, "Stop it, Skip. Ali was the better man. You don't gotta hear from me, though. We're gonna hear from him. Come on out, champ." And
Skip didn't say a million times, "I've never seen anything like it."
Ali's music hits. When he makes it past the stage, a pyro show happens behind him as he holds up the title. When the pyro ends, JC Treader and Chris Paul come out behind him. Skip asks what they're doing there. Ali gets on the mic once he gets to the ring, but the fans are chanting Ali too loud for him to talk. He waits a second and says, "So who's excited to have a new champion? Woo! Cheers! Yay!" And he says, "There you go.
You deserve it. You deserve it."
And he says, "You've all known me long enough to know that I welcome change. And not only do I welcome change, I have devoted my career to becoming a catalyst for it. And last night, everything changed for me. I got what I wanted, my dream came true, and I did the impossible, pinning MJF in the middle of this ring." Woo!
Ooh,
I'm
Ali,
piping in
Ali,
cheers.
Ali,
MJF.
Ali.
MJF.
There's that one fan in the front. "Many have come before me and told a similar story. The good guy wins. Finally, change will happen. But it never does. Truth is, a lot of guys want change until they're the guy on top, and suddenly they become comfortable. The system they once hated now benefits them. Don't get me wrong. I want to be a big star. I want the fat check. I want the nice cars. And I want the fans chanting my name." He pauses for more Ali chants.
Ali, 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 Ali.
"But the one thing I want most of all is to leave this place, this sport, this industry better than I found it. Because one day I'll no longer be champion. One day I'll be dead and gone. I can be remembered as a good wrestler and a good champion. That's all well and good. But tonight, I build my real legacy as someone who made wrestling better than it was before. And that's why I stand here today with 2 sports union presidents to announce that I have become president of the first ever wrestlers union." And he pauses for the cheers. And he says,
Yay, socialism.
"My fight wasn't just about me and this beautiful gold belt. It was about everyone in the back, and not just here. Wrestlers all over the world, from PTC, TCW, DPW, RCW, are all welcome to join the World Wrestlers Coalition."
Whoa,
Except-
whoa.
No,
I don't know
no,
about
hold on.
TCW.
I need to.
Oh, they
over-
need it for your fucking show. To
I
not
need
get
to-
tetanus.
I need to make sure to overwork my talent. Thank you very much.
My owner is Jeff Bezos. We're strictly anti-union.
And he says, "All except one, that is." And he does the Hulk Hogan taunt. He continues, "Tonight wasn't just about Mustafa Ali cutting a promo after winning the belt. This is a deal alam, finally seeing the labor he's put his heart and soul into, and years of my life paying off. I know this moment can't last forever, but damn it, I'm gonna make a difference night one, tomorrow night, and every night until this heart beats no longer." And the crowd erupts, and Ali raises the title, but instead of his own music, the music of Brian Cage plays, and Simon Dean walks out saying, "That was beautifully worded, just the right amount of performative and naive. Bravo. The fact of the matter is, no amount of union protections are going to keep this industry from chewing guys up and spitting them out. That's the way it is, that's the way it was, that's the way it always will be. You are not powerful enough to change that, so get over your God complex and come down to reality where the only thing that can save someone is a lifetime subscription to the Simon system." Boo!
Ooh.
Yay.
Did I spoil your moment? I'm not sorry at all. Quite frankly, you're all idiots, and this union is a scam to make Mustafa Ali a quick buck and to get some clout on Twitter. You see? Brian Cage takes the mic, and he gets in the ring. And he gets in Ali's face and says, "I don't give a shit about your legacy. I want a title shot." And he throws the mic down. Ali raises the title while not breaking eye contact until the commercial break. Those segments altogether were 12 minutes.
So he's
including all the
saying
entrances
he's
and stuff.
doing an MLM.
It's the Simon system. That's its whole gimmick. That's been the MLM.
No, I'm saying that's what Simon saying about Ali.
Oh, yeah.
It's just an elbow left.
Hey, heels got to be hypocrites.
I like it. It wasn't perfect. I'm gonna give you a 4.
Okay.
It got the point across. It also you set up your. Is that match happening today?
It's not happening on this show, no.
No. That's disappointing.
Hey, it keeps you tuned in, baby.
Keith.
Damn. So I have a question. Is your
Yeah.
intro part of it with your new music and everything? Like, and the
Yeah,
skit
yeah.
and-
Actually,
Okay.
altogether it'll be 13 minutes, so 1 minute of
Did
that.
you have the band there to play?
They
it?
weren't
Who's the
playing it
band?
live, no. Woe is me.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's not very big baller of you.
I'm not going to judge you specifically on the intro because
It's
you
Hands
put
Out
it all
Good era,
together.
not Tyler Carter era, if that helps, Mike.
It doesn't really matter.
So I don't like judging on the intro either. I like that we have intros to our shows, and I want to keep that. And I feel like if we judge those, people will stop doing them.
Hey, did you listen to
So,
the song? It's a
Oh,
banger.
like me.
I did not.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like
keep
you?
going in mine.
That's a you problem.
No, that's cool. I like it. I feel like there are segments and shows that I'm like outside of the commercial break. It's like, so what happens after this? And they're just gone.
Mm.
I hope that they have another interaction tonight. But I'm gonna go with. I think it was pretty good, like writing, and I like that he interrupted, and I like the Simon Dean character that you created. So I'm gonna go with 3.5 tree fitting.
Okay.
I'm the hater because I absolutely hated this.
What?
I hated it. Did
Like
you say they were the
Union.
first? Hold on. Did you say they were the first wrestling union?
Yeah.
All right, so they're not because there was the union in WWE.
Oh my god.
So
Fuck this guy. I'm sick of this shit. I'd rather have Travis back.
I'm gonna give you. I didn't hate it. I'm not really sure where I. This is your last show. We're not gonna get any sort of resolve at all.
It's a weekly show. The resolve happened last night. Now we're planting new seeds.
I understand that, but we're not gonna
Oh,
get
yeah,
those.
this is
I'm
your
not gonna
last
see
show.
any of that. Like we're
will.
not seeing
I'm
how.
doing all this the book and verse after this upcoming one.
I thought you were doing something completely different next.
So
next book
the
verse.
next one I'm doing something different. The one after that I'm continuing BBW.
Okay, so I've got to wait 2 years. I'm not doing that.
You Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want
not
everybody
waiting.
to romanticize it after they
Yeah.
forgot all the flaws.
I get it. It's gonna be an entire
We're gonna have time
year.
to write our own fan fiction about what happens in BBW and make it better than what
I
John
want you to
makes.
speculate.
He
Uh,
wants
what
us to
if
write
BBW
for him.
happened?
Yeah.
I'm.
gonna pay you.
This was just mid to me. I'm gonna go 2.5.
Travis Smith.
Not
He's
bad.
just gonna he's just gonna take our fan fiction and use that to write his book of verse.
Hey, work smarter, not harder, baby. So up next, Stephen A. Smith appears on the screen and says, "I'm joined at this time by who many call the greatest trio of all time, The New Day. Last night, it was every man for himself in the Royal Rumble, and Big E, you eliminated your partner. This question is for all of you. What's your path forward?" Kofi says, "Well, I think tonight is huge for us. We got a match together against a solid team, and Big E cuts in, and the New Day are as strong as ever. Here's why, Steven." Xavier says, "Tell him why."
Does he gyrate?
Yes.
Okay.
Xavier says, "Tell him why. 8 tag titles, 5 trios titles, 2 world titles, and the power of positivity. Together, we are unstoppable because..." And Xavier plays bump, 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 bump on the trombone. He says, "Steven, can I borrow this mic?" He grabs Stephen A's mic and he starts to make the entrance. "Brooklyn! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your 5-time trios champs and feel the power. It's a new day. Yes, it is." And then they make their entrance. So they finish their entrance, and then you hear the Leo Rush made it, and a claim to fame beat drops, and Max Caster comes out rapping. And yes, I have to do this. Yo, listen. The Acclaimed in the house, and we always leave you guessing. The New Day can't get along for 5 seconds. It's probably because they're losing. The Acclaimed taking over like Vladimir Putin. Brooklyn, the Acclaimed has arrived.
I need you to do that again.
You
I need you
need to
to, I need you to do that again.
I'm not.
You needed like another bar in there. Like you're missing a bar or two. It felt very short.
Did you
You
wait?
gotta end it.
Hold on. You rhymed Brooklyn with.
No, I end losing with Putin.
That doesn't rhyme.
It does, idiot.
You got that Eminem book of rhyming.
Losing, Uten.
That's why. All right, keep
It's
going.
not Dr. Seuss.
I'm not here.
dork.
It should be.
Rap has
That
tons
would
of
be
indirect rhymes like that. Even shitty rappers like Max
But
Caster.
that just did.
Hey.
Let me take notes on that.
Well,
Doc.
hey, yeah, we don't call Max Caster a shitty rapper.
Hey, he's a great scissorer, but a
Top
poor
5.
rapper.
Top 5 rapper alive.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Top
Alright,
3.
so Kofi starts the match off against Max Caster. They tie up. Kofi throws Caster off the ropes. Leapfrogs, dips down, but as he going off the ropes to drop kick him, Big E tags himself in. Big E splashes Caster. Pin attempt 2. Lio Rush throws up the T for a timeout and pulls Caster in the corner for some coaching. Bowens gets tagged in and runs at Big E, but Big E flapjacks him. Rush runs toward the middle of the apron to call another timeout, but Big E attempts a spear through the ropes. Leo somersaults over him, runs to the corner, and drop kicks Kofi off. The ref counts to 4, and Leo returns to the corner. Bowens tags him in. Big E is struggling to get up by the count of 7 outside the ring. Kofi slides him inside the ring, but gets attacked by Caster and Bowens. Xavier tries to even the odds, but Kofi is already down by that point. Leo hits a springboard moonsault on Big E. Pin attempt 2. Leo smacks Big E on the side of the head. Big E glares at him, and the military presses him over the top rope onto the other 4 who are outside of the ring fighting. During the commercial break that's mid-match, refs restore order, and Woods is in the ring with Caster. Woods goes for a step up in Zagiri, but Caster reverses it into a single leg crab that he holds firmly until Woods is able to get the crowd to clap him back into the match and get the hot tag to Kofi. Kofi comes in with a springboard clothesline, followed by a boom drop. Bowens tries to run in and clothesline him, but Kofi hits a trouble in paradise on Bowens. Kofi starts charging up to hit one on Caster, but Big E tags himself in. Kofi starts yelling at Big E, and while Big E is yelling back at Kofi, Caster schoolboys Big E. Kofi holds back Xavier from breaking up the pin as Big E gets pinned. After the Acclaimed to Fame gets a big win, and they celebrate going up the ramp, it's quiet in the ring. Woods looks confused on the apron. Big E mouths that he's sorry and opens up for Kofi to hug him. The crowd is chanting, yes, 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 yes. While Kofi is still looking pretty frustrated, Xavier Woods starts playing the trombone along with the yes chants. Kofi accepts the hug to a big cheer from the crowd, but the cheer turns as a boo as Kofi knees Big E in the groin. Woods looks petrified as he stops playing the trombone. Kofi takes the trombone from it and swings it at Woods' stomach and then breaks it on his back before raining punches. Big E tries to get up, but Kofi kicks him back down before walking away.
Wait, so Kofi turned?
Kofi turned.
Why do you have to ruin everything?
Okay, so
You had it. It was right there. I was ready to give you a 5.
I was ready to give you a 5. I was ready to give you
I
a
was
better score than
so
you're gonna
ready.
get.
You did not have to do this.
I don't like that Kofi turned. Like, I
Same.
feel in the story, if you were going to have any of them turn, you should have had the Big E turn here.
Well,
Because, like,
all the story was building up to, like, Big E eliminated Kofi. Big E kept interrupting Kofi in the interview. Big E kept tagging himself in, interrupting Kofi in the match.
Yes,
Like,
so
everything
Big
was
E
building
should have
up.
turned.
No, Big E was being like, thought everything was a joke and was being annoying and being a cunt. Kofi was tired of his shit, and that's been showing since
Big
last
E
show.
should have turned. You wrote it so that Big E should have turned.
That doesn't make sense. Big
It
E
does.
was the one that was oblivious to it.
No.
Well, Big E's, like, making it all about himself.
Yes.
And then Kofi could have kept them from losing the match, but Kofi didn't This is where Big E could have like been like, "What the fuck, dude," and just beat the crap out of him. Like, I don't need you.
Also, with him being goofy, it would have made the turn so much better.
Really?
Because you would have went from the goofy, you don't expect it, to very serious, and you could have got that. It would have been more of a shock value.
So what I was thinking was my rationale was that like Big E thought nothing was wrong, even though Kofi was clearly frustrated, and Kofi was just tired of it, and he finally hit his breaking point when he was about to win the match, and Big E fucked it up.
What
So
you
he
do
let
is
Big E lose.
you tease the turn. You tease Kofi being the turn, which you didn't, and then but you don't have Kofi do
I
the
felt
turn.
like I
You have
teased Kofi
Kofi
turn.
looked like he's actually going to give us another chance, but you have Big E. You find a way to make it Big E does the turn.
Well, I did make it to where it looks like Kofi's going to give him another chance, but then
Yeah, at the end, but I mean, I feel like the seeds. I didn't feel like the seeds were properly planted.
I feel like this was a rush job. Like I feel like obviously this is the last one for this book of verse. It just feels like this story should have played out longer. Like
Yeah.
this should have been started earlier in your booking, so that like the seeds started to be planted of a New Day breakup.
that's a valid
Also, there's
concern.
no guarantee you're getting any of these in a year.
I know. There was no
Right.
guarantee I was getting him this book at first. So.
Right. Yeah.
But I think my chances are better in a year than they are right after.
Yeah. Also, I feel like if you're gonna do a acclaimed, like again, it's not strictly the acclaimed, but if you're gonna do an acclaimed versus New Day, I would have liked to see more of an interaction between them. And like I think this would have been a great spot for you to be funny and use your comedy here because they're both funny teams, comedic teams. There's also no scissoring here, which
don't have
I'm
Billy
disappointed in. You can still scissor.
I have no daddy ass. Who's
You
gonna
can-
scissor?
You could have traded for daddy ass.
Scissor me,
Right.
Leo Rush.
Yeah.
Right?
But also, the acclaimed were originally heels here, so I didn't want to like try to get them over like that.
Yeah, I just feel like even as heels, they were like funny.
Yeah. I see what you mean with that. I could have done more comedy with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a 2 on this one.
Ooh, wow. You went from probably a possible 5 to a 2.
It wasn't at a 5 for me. It was at like a 3.5. But the heel turn, I really don't like the way he did it. So yeah, I'm gonna give you. You know what? I feel like it kind of jerked it. Yeah, I'll give you 2.25. Raise it up. I'll give you an extra quarter.
I'll take it.
So what did Mike say?
Keith, you give your rating.
Right. What did you say?
Mike hasn't given one.
I
Damone
haven't
gave it
given one yet.
2.25.
I'll give
Oh,
mine
okay,
in a
okay,
second.
okay. I didn't think it was that bad. I just didn't like the actual turn of it all. I feel like for this, there would have to be something like extreme, like a big blow up, like he's throwing a fucking tantrum or some shit, right?
Mhm. Well, he did break a trombone on Xavier Woods.
No, yeah, I mean before, like leading up to it, it's got to be like
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
a fuse to an explosion, right?
Like you wanted more.
This
There was
was
no
just like
good
explosion.
seeds.
Well, there was like AC, but I could have done it for longer, like Damone said, because I planted to it at the last show, but I probably should have started like the show before that at least.
I'll tell you, it does make me curious for 2 years from now.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're gonna wait a whole year
Y'all
that
wait,
you might
maybe.
not get a payoff.
You'll
So
get paid off.
Oh, I better.
Don't trip about that.
we have to
Whoever
judge what's
drafts-
going on now.
Whoever drafts Kofi in 2 years is gonna hold him hostage from job.
I'm just gonna get his entire roster and I'm gonna do BBW.
Yes.
That's
Bar
the
for bar.
generational hating.
But honestly, that said, like I didn't hate it. Like this is an established tag team, and we're doing stuff off of like they've been here, right? So I think doing it is interesting. Plus, it puts over. Do you have the acclaim? You have the acclaim, right?
do,
And they've been
yeah.
doing shit.
Yeah.
I think it puts them over. And honestly, they could still have a tag team match against the New Day, but I assume New Day is going to feud like internally. But anywho, I didn't think it was bad. Honestly, I'm going to go. It definitely makes me more interested for your next show too, and I'm going to go 4.
Finally, the
Doll
voice of
hair.
reason prevails.
Did you actually pick 4 or did you roll 4?
Mike, I said I wasn't gonna do that.
I heard you roll it.
He lied,
twice.
but he said he wasn't going to do that.
So here's the thing. I was thinking 4 before I rolled 4.
Hey, Keep
it's-
rolling 5s, baby. Roll some 6s while you're at it.
It's not there for me. I'm not as bad as Damone. Damone, I think, gave it a 2, right? I'm not
2.5.
near a
2.5.
4. We'll go 2.75. I think if it could have been a 5, but the stuff that would have made it a 5, it was there, just not like you could have had it, but it wasn't. You went next to it.
Okay.
It just wasn't there for
It
me.
didn't hit.
Yeah, it didn't hit. It could have hit. You were so close and yet so
Yeah.
far away.
And
As
so
the great
all that
Freddie Mercury, or as the great Frankie Valli says.
was 11 minutes, and that was a 4-minute commercial break. And upon return from the commercial break, the silver screen is finishing up their entrance wearing all black tuxes, and they all get mics, and the Miz open up saying, "Last night I put an end to the embarrassment that is the Big Boogie Housen. Boo!
Ooh.
Before then, this division was built on a series of lies from an absolutely delusional group of champions. Who better to bring you back to reality than a reality star? Everything about me is real, from my resume to my good looks to my multi-million-dollar contract. Reality is, we are going to hold these belts until I get bored and go film another box office smash hit, and you are going to like it. Boo!
Ooh.
Sunil Singh says, Thank you, we appreciate the love from Brooklyn, New York, and the 1.4 billion better people in India. In a division of indie darlings and fake influencers, we are international sensations. Samir Singh says, the only greater privilege than hearing us speak or watching us wrestle would be... they are interrupted by the music of Beautiful Thieves by AFI and quickly come out the model citizens in robes, head towels, and avocado masks still on. And they cut their slow-mo entrance. And Kit Wilson says, we interrupted our 17-step midday skincare routine to save you all from this dreadful rubbish. You call the very ugly former champions delusional, Brooklyn, but have you seen these guys' movies? Has anybody watched them? A loud no comes from the crowd.
Yeah, I just thinking of that. I don't think I've ever watched the Miz movie, like a movie that Miz was in.
What
Damn.
movie? He's in. I
Like Seven
He
Marines.
was, he
I
was in the
own-
Marines.
Hold on, keep going.
Kit Wilson spitting. Elton Prince continues. You're bragging a lot about who you've beaten, but let's talk about who you did not beat. Oh yes, that's us, the model citizens. Yes, boy.
I own the Marine 3 and the Marine 4. I've never watched them.
Somebody
Are
owns
they
this
open?
movie.
I don't remember where I got them.
They were probably handing them out
I
like
just
for free.
have them. I don't remember.
Wait, you're in Ohio. Maybe Miz gave it to you.
I'm really kind
You
of trying
probably
to
just
figure out
mailed them
where I
out to all
got.
those.
I know. I
They
think I
came
got
with the
them at a.
house.
Hey, Mike's just beefing up this promo, making it real.
I think I got them at a garage sale.
You owe me a 5. And then Miz yells, this is our time on our show to celebrate our championships. What is the point in you coming out here in your stupid little robes? It won't change the fact that we won. It won't change the fact that you didn't. And it won't change the fact that we can beat you 10 times in a row. And it won't change the fact that you're irrelevant. And Cody says, well, so far you've beaten us 0 times. 0 people have watched your movies, and I see 0 confidence in you, which granted, I don't blame you looking like that, because even with those beautiful belts, you are still a 0. But I propose a challenge to validate your claims. Mike, you see, it's June, and we're approaching the NBA Finals. Miz cuts in, not that Brooklyn would know anything about that. Cody continues.
Ooh.
Why don't we have a series of our own? The model citizens versus the silver screen, the runway versus the red carpet, in a best-of-7 series for those trios titles. If you can beat us 10 times, Miz, 4 should be no problem, right? Miz says, we could beat you 4 times before the next commercial break. You're on. And Cody says, well then, why don't we have our first match right now? The crowd cheers, but Miz yells, no, not tonight. We are not dressed to compete. Cody retorts, well, neither are we. And then he opens his arms up in a challenge, and it goes to a 4-minute commercial break. When the bell rings when they get back from commercial, the silver screen are down to their slacks of their suits, while the model citizens are still wrestling in their robes and avocado masks. So here's the spots. Sunil Singh and Elton Prince start the match and lock up, with Prince proving stronger. Singh goes for a gut kick, but Prince catches it, sweeps the other leg, and jumps to leg drop his head, flipping his hair as he sits on him. Sunil retreats to his corner. When Prince approaches, Samir takes a cheap shot, gets the tag, and the Bollywood boys stomp Elton in the corner until Samir hits a rolling senton into the corner. Samir tags the Miz in, and Sunil sticks his foot through the rope. Miz Russian leg sweeps Prince onto the foot. Miz keeps kicking Prince down until he runs off the ropes and eats a drop kick. Prince jumps over and tags Kit Wilson, who hits an atomic drop on Miz, then holds him up for Prince to hit spilled milk. 1, 2, and the Sting brothers storm into the ring to break up the pin. Cody runs in too, and everyone retreats to their corners. Miz runs over to attempt a cheap shot on Wilson, but Wilson axe kicks him and hops to the second rope for a jumping bulldog, and then he tags in Cody. The moment Cody gets tagged in, Miz tags Sunil Singh in. Cody hits an immediate cutter on Sunil Singh. Samir Singh springs at him into the ring. Cody cutters him, and then he taunts the Miz. Miz gets down from the apron but finds himself surrounded by Kit and Elton, who beat him down and throw him back into the ring. Cody goes for a pin, but the ref knows Miz is not the legal man. The Singhs pull up behind Cody, who acts slowly. They jump at him, but Cody rolls away and springs up for a disaster kick on Samir Singh. Pretty deadly corners Sunil as Elton holds him up in flapjack position. Cody springs for their group finisher, the disaster piece, where Cody disaster kicks Sunil out of the flapjack position into a backstabber from Kit Wilson. Cody covers Sunil, and Kit and Elton prevent Miz from breaking up the pin, and the model citizens are up in the series 1-0. Yeah, that's the end.
Can you run back the finish for me one more time?
Yes. The Singh brothers pull up behind Cody, who acts slowly. They jump at him, but Cody rolls away and springs up for a disaster kick on Samir Singh. Pretty deadly corner Sunil Singh as Elton Prince holds him up in flapjack position, and Cody does their group finisher, the disaster piece, where one holds him up in flapjack position. Cody hits the disaster kick on his face, and then he falls back into Elton Prince, who hits a backstabber. And they pin him, and then the other two prevent Miz from breaking up the pin.
Okay. So does this mean that the model citizens turn babyface? Because it feels like for this they're the baby faces.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually like this a lot, and I think I like both teams. I think this would be a really good match. I'm gonna give you a 5.
Hell yeah.
5, okay. Ooh.
You disagree with that?
I mean, I didn't dislike it. What color was Miz's suit?
They were wearing all black suits, and they were wrestling just in their slacks and loafers.
Black suits. Oof. Well, that's definitely
that's gonna drop like 3
there.
points. Say, black suits. I was hoping for pink too.
I was hoping for red, blue, pink, sparkly, something. He wears crazy cool suits.
Yeah, they were doing like a nice black on black look.
Okay.
Nice and sleek.
Those are sad. But I did like it. I did think it was good. I liked the finish. I think the right team won. I'm gonna go with a good 4. I think it was good. It could have been, great, better, but it was good. It's good.
This is the beginning of a series.
Yes. They're going to a best of 7, NBA Finals style. Not
I
that
didn't
Brooklyn
hate-
would know anything about
What
it.
did you give him, Keith?
4.
Yeah, I'm definitely not at a 5. I'm also gonna go with the 4.
Okay. All right. Continuing on. As the model citizens celebrate in the ring, camera backstage is following the Iron Sheik walking frantically down the hallway until you see LeVar Ball's office with a closed door. Sheik immediately kicks a hole through the door before going through it entirely, screaming, "You are going to give me a bleep title shot against that bleep, Alex Zane, or I'll rip your throat, you bleep!" Before flipping the desk over on Ball and then slapping the camera down to the floor. This lasts 2 minutes.
Who did he go see?
He went to LeVar Ball's office, the general manager, and he kicked it through the door, flipped the desk over on him, and then
Hopefully
cursed
CM
so
Punk's
much they had to
dog
bleep
isn't
it out.
there.
What was the final beep?
I didn't write cuss words. I just wrote bleeps. Probably fuck or shit or like. Well, no, we could say shit on TV. Probably fuck or like cunt or something. I'll say since it's you. I'm gonna say cunt.
Okay, I'll go with that. That was a good one. I'm gonna give you. I love it. Did he kick the door? Like, did he kick a hole through the door like Rampage, or did he kick the door down?
So foot through the door makes a hole and then he tears the whole door down.
$5. $5. This was fucking awesome.
I can't go with a 5, but I do like it. I do like that you're leaning more into to Twitter.
He's going Twitter chic.
Yeah, Twitter chic. I'm gonna give you a 4 on this one.
I fucked with it. That shit was fucking awesome. That shit's great. It was like 2 minutes of nothing but greatness.
Just chic
But it
breaking down
depended what
desk
that
on
final
LeVar
beep
Ball.
was. That last beep could have been really bad.
down.
Thought this was TCW for a second.
I'll go with the 4 as well.
All right. The camera then cuts the commentary with Skip saying, "LeVar Ball sure is having a bad night." Shannon says, "The only person having a worse night must be The Miz after taking that L to the model citizens. Let's see if his wife can get a pick-me-up dub." Then Maurice's music hits. Skip says, "Well, that shouldn't be too difficult, seeing that her opponent hasn't won a match in 7 months," as Molly Holly's music plays.
The quintessential babyface of the Attitude Era.
Molly extends for a test of strength, but Maurice gut kicks her and then hits a V trigger to the head. Pin attempt 2. Maurice pulls Molly up by the hair and hits a swinging neck breaker, followed by a knee drop. Maurice hits Miz's signature swing DDT. When Molly gets up, Maurice hits her with the it kicks. Maurice does a skull crushing finale, but as she goes for a pin, Molly rolls to the apron. Maurice grabs Molly by the hair again, hoping to pull her through for the French kiss DDT, but Molly throws a hard leaning enziguri with a loud leg slap. You know that indie ass enziguri on the apron. With a loud leg slap that rocks Maurice's shit. Molly then hits a springboard Molly go round and holds a shaking Maurice for a 1, 2, 3. Shannon laughs, saying, "Molly Holly has scored the upset of the century. The Mizanin family holds yet another L, Skip." And Skip says he cannot believe such a one-sided match ended like that. And that match was 7 minutes.
That was
Damn,
really
okay.
just kind of there for me. I know you tried to sell it that like Maurice is like so much better than Molly, but
She was kicking the
like,
shit out of her too. Like Molly Holly's last spot was her only spot.
yeah. How long was the match?
7 minutes of just Maurice just kicking the shit. Like she was like V triggering her in the head and like hitting like hers and all of Miz's moves set on her. Like she was just
This
I
is-
love
whooping
that
her
her
ass.
moveset
This is pretty
now.
just there for me.
Did the it kicks.
That's exactly what this is. We just went from a really short segment to another really short match.
I'm
And
gonna give
not
this
everything can be long on a weekly show.
I'm gonna give this a 2.75.
Wow, that's generous.
The right person won for what you're going for, but
Yeah, I mean it was like not it was like you're putting Maurice over to be strong, so she's like kicking the shit out of her, but you're also getting Molly Holly her first win in 7 months. Also selling the Miz family is having a bad night.
Yeah, I think that's your main story, right? Is that the Ms. Zanin family is like struggling tonight.
Yeah.
Although in my mind I created this narrative of like Maurice wins and then Miz is her manager for a while and helps her like cheat to win, and I kind of like that for my own doing.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
steal
Miz
it.
still has a potential 6 more matches with the Model Citizens before he takes a wrestling break. He's in
Fair
the
enough.
series.
But it was kind of just there for me. I mean,
I knew this wasn't going
have
to
you
be
had
like a
another
5 or
female
anything.
segment? This
That's the
show
first
yet?
one. That's the first one. It's not the
It's
only
only
one tonight.
7.
It's the first one.
You're really Spike TV in it.
It is definitely not the only women's match tonight.
All right, bet. But yeah, I really thought you were going with. I like Maurice doing Miz's moves, but yeah, I thought
I
this
had her
was
doing
kind
some
of just.
Kenny Omega too. She had a V trigger.
I know you said V trigger, and I was like, wait a minute, did he say Maurice does the V trigger? Like,
yeah, I threw in some shit in there.
you could throw it at me, like
the M trigger.
The M trigger.
ooh.
I should have called it that.
So I think I'm gonna go with a 3. It was a good 3.
Yeah. I was expecting this to be around the 3 range, honestly.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing like crazy.
It wasn't a 5-star match. It was a weekly show women's match for 7
All right,
minutes. Like,
so
curb your expectations.
let me break this timeline down.
Oh my god. What timeline?
Hold on. So we had the Miz match, right? We had that, and then we had a commercial,
Yep.
segment, and then this Maurice.
Yeah. It was about 30 minutes total because the Model Citizens promo time was about 6 minutes. The match between the Model Citizens and the Silver Screen was 10 minutes. Then there was a 4-minute commercial. Then there was a 2-minute segment with Iron Sheik. And then this was a 7-minute match. So it was about 30 minutes of television.
I'm looking at programming wise because this is a weekly show. We're also judging this on the show.
Yeah.
I think that this was too close together to that trios match.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to tie them together. That's why I did that.
I feel like you should have given it at least one match, and maybe even a match and a segment in between. We could have gotten, all right. So we could have gotten a backstage segment.
Well, we did get that with Iron
We
Sheik.
did get it back. It just
did.
felt like it was too. We did. I just felt like it was too close together. It just. To me, it just didn't. It just.
Yeah, I was trying to tie
could
it
have
with the commentary and all that about make it somewhat about the Miz too because they have a related dynamic and trying to tie that into the story of this match because it is kind of a throwaway weekly match. Those happen, but I was trying to give it a story too related.
I
to
just think it could have been. It could have just been a little bit more than it was, and it could have been paced out better. I don't think it was paced out right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 1.5.
Jesus Christ! Them criticisms did not match the score.
Well, the way I'm looking at it is, if you're trying to put it all together, I've got to even out my scores to make it all into one thing. So
I hate this man.
I feel like you could have made Molly Holly's win mean something a little more.
it felt like it meant nothing for Molly Holly.
I think the issue again is like you never built up Maurice. Like
I didn't even know Maurice was on the show.
I honestly didn't know you had Maurice. So you didn't build up Maurice.
People who haven't been built up on weekly television, you kind of.
I know, but like her having her first win in 6 months or whatever against someone, it would have been more impactful if it was against like your women's champion or like at least Lita or something.
Yeah.
The heel that just lost to is that Lita?
Oh, she gone right now. We're not talking about that.
Oh.
I'm rebuilding.
Okay.
Or like ODB or like someone more impactful. Like
Yeah.
it just like Maurice was literally an afterthought. Like I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even realize you had her.
Well, yeah,
so her beating her doesn't really.
I'm not gonna put her on like pay-per-views because Maurice isn't that good.
But I do like how you built her up like in the match though. Like in the little time that we've had her, you made her seem like a big deal. Like
I was trying to make her feel like strong, but like not like somebody who's gonna be a world champion because neither one of them is gonna be world champion right now. But like it's
oh, now he wants to use X's.
But what I'm saying is I thought this is a mid-card match. That was what it's supposed to be. Anyways, Mike's a hating ass. I'm sick of his shit.
I didn't like it. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, it's just not worth as a weekly show as of right now.
And it's a women's match, so there's the Mike hates women's
Mike
match.
took $1 off.
Maybe if he made it a better women's match.
Fuck you.
This was not a good women's match. There was nothing there. It didn't.
Hey,
it
she
didn't-
hit a V trigger. What else do you want?
You were missing the
They did
botch.
a V trigger and the it kicks.
Yeah, you didn't write in the botch.
Yeah, I
so.
should have had a botch. Fuck.
Actually, I never wrote in a botch. You guys thought it was a botch, but all she did was stumble back after she got hit, which makes fucking sense.
That's why you killed her off.
That was a joke, is a bit in the chat.
Anyways, I'm glad I got to make Mike mad with that. He deserves that.
You didn't make me mad with nothing.
Oh no! Don't try to act like
Yeah.
we're tilted. Anyways, after a 4-minute commercial break, Mark Cuban is shown on the screen saying, "After the actions of the Iron Sheik, I've reluctantly decided to fulfill the request of the Iron Sheik and give him a shot at the Next Up Championship in our main event. However, he will have to win it in a ladder match. Oh, and if the Davaris interfere, they will be fired. Enjoy the show." So that last brawl of 1 minute, is that worth rating in and of itself, or should I move on to the next bit?
Well, technically, we have to rate it.
I won't rate it.
I'll eat it if I need to.
Give it a 3. It's just
I feel like you should have put it with
average,
the other one. Like, not at the same time, but we should count it at the other one.
Like, count it at the
I
same.
need you to tell me that again.
Mark Cuban is shown on the screen saying, "After the actions of the Iron Sheik, I have reluctantly decided to fulfill the request of the Iron Sheik and give him a shot at the Next Up Championship in our main event. However, he will have to win it in a ladder match. Oh, and if the Davaris interfere, they will be fired. Enjoy the show." It was just a brief 1-minute segment where he responds to the Iron Sheik demanding a title match.
I need you to set the scene.
Okay.
Where is this video? Is this a video? Is he? Where is this happening? Like you're giving me You're giving me a weekly show, and you're not giving me a weekly show. You're not.
What are you talking about?
You're not.
He wants to
He's
know
from his
who
office. He has
who
a
your
nice
producer
candle burning
is.
in the background. It's fucking sandalwood apple, and he's wearing Savage Fenty boxers that he hasn't changed in a day, so it kind of stinks. Like, what the fuck else do you want? Like,
I don't know. What I'm saying is, one thing. I don't know where I'm watching this at. Is he like? I'm trying to figure out.
he's in his office, and
Okay.
he announces the match in response to what he just did. He's not in the broken office where LeVar Ball got fucked up because he's in his own office, which is probably harder to get to.
All right, you guys rate it.
He's just in his office announcing that it's going to be the main event.
Did someone tell me what I rated it before? The other segment?
550.
No. I'm alluding to the fact that none of us have been writing down the...
Kenny's gonna go. Kenny has to go back and listen anyway, so we can write them down then. That's not my job.
We all just got here and sat down.
I'm just talent on this show.
This was nothing.
This
I mean,
is like, yeah.
It
I'm
was an
just gonna give it
announcement
a
in
2.
response to
I'm
the other
just gonna
segment.
give it a 2.5. Like,
Man,
just
stop with this
split
Travis
down the
mid. Give me a
middle.
Damone mid. Come
Oh,
on.
this
Yeah,
is what
I'll give you a Damone mid. I'll give you a 3.
Let's go. That's what I'm
No,
talking
that's
about.
bullshit.
That's
If
what I'm
I
talking
had
about.
done this, you'd be like, "It's a 1.5. This does nothing for me." Get out of here
No,
with that
I wouldn't
bullshit.
have, Mike.
Yes,
This
you would
is-
have. I'm
this
gonna
is
go
an
back
addition
to mine.
to a segment that got 4s and 5s, Mike. Like, this is just a resolving of the conflict.
Yeah, you know what? You guys have done the same shit to me. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't
I
want to hear it.
haven't.
I got like ones for saying hello, welcome to the show.
Yeah, he did. You both got fucked for that. This is literally just a resolving of a previous segment that rated high. Because Iron Sheik demanded a match. Mark Cuban, because the general manager got fucking a desk flipped on him. The CEO of the company has to respond now and say if he's gonna get the match or not.
Keith.
Yeah.
Did you rate it?
Oh, I don't know. I rated it a 5 last time, and I don't feel like these segments should be like. I really don't feel like these segments should be rated because, like you said, it's nothing. But
it needs to be rated because the only things we don't rate is the beginning, is the intro. If he's doing an intro with commentary.
Right, but I'm saying like this would make me not want to fuck with this shit and wait and like.
I got
I
graded
like
on a 10-second clip.
Okay.
That's all
I
I'm
probably
saying.
gave you a high score.
Yeah,
No.
we all gave Mike high scores. Isn't it? You're talking about
Not
the
for
score?
that one. No,
he's
not for
talking
that
about
one.
Hogan.
When
Well,
my
yeah,
Talk
hope,
about Hogan.
fuck
when I
Hogan.
when I had just saying he was
No,
coming
no.
on next week.
Yeah,
I don't want to
fuck
see Hulk
that.
Hogan.
Yeah, 0.5 again.
Mark Cuban's more well liked than Hulk Hogan.
That's true.
True.
As is the Iron Sheik, who just got a
I'm
main
gonna
event
just
match
keep
and a
it-
ladder match.
I'm gonna just try to keep it the same. Like I like that he did the little swerve of, oh, you're gonna have to do it in a ladder match.
And the Davaris can't interfere or else they're fired. So it's gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
a clean.
is this match tonight?
It's tonight.
Thursday?
In the main event
All right.
tonight.
Bet. Okay, that's better at least. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with a 3.5. Like that's my mid. I've figured out.
Keith mid. There we go.
3.5 is a fucking random ass mid.
Hey, I'm giving.
That's not
I'm telling
mid
people to
in
give
the
me Keith
slightest.
mid now. Fuck y'all. Give me that Keith mid.
It's a high ass mid.
Give me
My
that
mid
Keith
is a-
mid, baby. I'm smoking that Keith pack.
This was just there. I'm gonna go 2.25.
Can I get a Keith mid?
No,
Can I get a
not
Demo
even
mid?
fucking close.
Can I get at
Like,
least get
you're
a
lucky
Travis
I'm
mid
not
of a
giving
2.5?
I'm being generous and giving it
Can I-
giving it what I'm giving
Hey,
it.
can I at least get a Travis mid?
No,
God damn.
I don't feel like
2.25.
it's
And that's
focusing
honestly, I feel like I'm rating it too high.
I hate this man.
You know Travis
Thank
is
you.
gonna come in here and give you a 0.5 for this.
Oh no, yeah, you look. Fuck
I'm
him.
trying. I promise you, I'm trying to like your show.
You're not. You're being a
I
cunt.
really am.
Oh, bleep.
Being a bleep.
Oh fuck, Travis is right. Oh my god. Travis is gonna say the same shit
J-Dog.
tomorrow. I'm sick of this man.
Travis said, "Get good, J Dog."
Do your homework, fuck ass.
Oh yeah, we're
Continue
supposed to
with
be
your show.
Travis's study music.
Can't even be here but can defend Mike's bullshit.
Continue
Anyways,
with your bucket.
the screen then shows Hikaru Shida preparing for a match in the ring when the bass drop of Io Sky's music and she makes her first entrance on Malice. And the match begins.
Did she
so
wait? Didn't she win your women's championship?
No, she
Or
challenged.
she re-debuted, right?
No, so I traded Thunder Rosa for her.
Okay.
And then she debuted staring down Britt Baker after she won the scramble at
You're gonna give me
the
a
last
stroke,
show.
Keith. Please stop.
Okay.
So Hikaru walks up and shoves Io. Io responds with an upward palm strike where she goes like that. And then Shida runs at her and eats a flapjack into the top rope. Pin attempt, immediate rope break. Io jumps to the second rope and attempts a Hurricane Rana, but Hikaru catches her and hits a buckle bomb, followed by stomps in the corner, and as the match starts off highly physical. Io stumbles out of the corner and Hikaru hits her with a fireman's carry backbreaker and attempts a pin. Close to, almost loses Io her debut match. Shida runs for a Shining Wizard attempt, but Io rolls over for a Sunset Flip takeover and immediately does a double foot stomp to the stomach. Io lifts Shida up for a butterfly backbreaker. She goes over for a pin attempt, but Shida rolls to the outside. Io springs over the top rope and goes for an SIE moonsault, but Shida kicks her out of the air and rolls her back into the ring. Shida climbs up to the top rope and hits a missile drop kick into the ring. Shida hits a Shining Wizard and gets another close 2 count. Io uses the corner to regain composure. Shida goes for a Stinger Splash. Io moves out of the way. Io runs across the ring and back to that corner to hit a running knee strike. And when Shida falls to the mat, Io springs up and hits a moonsault to pin Shida 1, 2, 3 after a hard-fought match. Following the match, the music of the Private Practice hits and Britt Baker comes out to the ramp saying, "Awesome match. I can't take that away from you. You gave these Brooklyn fans their $2 of money's worth. They're not used to that. Bravo. But it's going to take way more than that to dethrone me. This division was in shambles before I returned to it, and Hikaru Shida, as well as everyone else in it, is well beneath me. You will be just another name on a list, if you even manage to earn a shot at my women's championship." When the camera cuts to Io, Stevie Richards and Dr. Wagner Jr. are standing on the apron to have her surrounded. Io scrambles around, trying to find a way to escape the two, and super kicks Stevie off the apron. She rolls under a clothesline from Dr. Wagner, and then runs back off the ropes and hits a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. And then after she flips Dr. Wagner, she rolls out of the ring and runs towards Britt Baker, but Britt Baker runs away backstage. So that match was a total of 13 minutes, and the segment afterwards was another 3.
We don't even get a DMD.
Damn, this man wants catchphrases.
Damn, I do. I want some catch.
Yeah, what's your catchphrases? I think the match was good. The segment after was okay. I do like the idea of her like the private practice like surrounding her and trying to attack her, and she like fights them off. I'm gonna give you a 3.87.
Women's division rebuild, baby.
What?
We on track. That's probably the highest score my women's division's got this whole time.
Miguel.
I'm giving you 4.5.
Let's go.
I actually liked it.
Mike ended sexism.
It could
Hey.
have. It had a little bit to be desired, but it was there.
You got 2 Japanese women's wrestlers beating the shit out of each other, and then a nice build to a championship match.
That we won't see
I
for a
do
year.
like it.
You're
I
still
do
gonna
like
see
it.
though.
No,
No.
we might not see it. He might skip
Might
ahead
not
2
see it.
years. If you go
10 years
backwards in time
10
from
years
2
from now.
years ago,
Hey man, I'm just gonna do it.
you're just gonna
10
start
years from
predicting
now,
shit on
we're
your
still
show.
talking about this match. Like, might happen.
Hey, anticipation, baby.
It's like the opposite of WWE. Once in a lifetime. No, for real. One time. Someday.
Someday.
Maybe. Maybe once.
Right. I'm gonna go with a 4. I liked it. It was good. I wish we would have got a little bit more Britt Baker. Like, you know how they say like Kenny doesn't embody the character?
Yeah,
I don't feel like you embodied Britt Baker.
yeah.
There's a
Holy
lot of
shit.
things he hasn't embodied tonight.
I'm about to embody your ass.
Hey.
Still not gonna get you a 5. I'm sorry.
Well, I was trying to I was trying to make the segment more about Io Sky than Britt Baker herself. I was trying to make like Io Sky win the segment rather than Britt
Yeah.
Baker.
Yeah.
You should have had Britt Baker win the segment.
No,
No,
I
On the
like
first,
that she
on,
faced
no,
her
on
off.
the first, on the first, it should have went off with the champion looking stronger than the opponent.
Yeah, but Io Sky just debuted. I'm trying to keep her looking good. She's fresh.
I liked how Britt Baker interrupted the match at the end anyway. Like she's like kind of steals her spotlight there.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, trying to bury her.
But she should
Yeah,
have
she
kept the
should've-
spotlight.
And then she tried to go get 2 men to go beat the shit out of her. Really?
Yeah.
Well, and
And
the
then
thing,
do the
well,
heel
the thing with
spin right
Io,
away.
she's not a great promo.
Yeah.
So, like, we know later on, like, for the most part, this feud, Bert's going to be carrying on the mic. So, letting Io have a moment and shine I think, is good.
Yeah,
That's
she has
true.
to shine with the action. I don't want her near a microphone.
I guess I didn't realize that she was debut, but
Yeah, she debuted at my last pay-per-view.
at the last pay per view.
This is her first weekly show appearance.
Okay.
I feel like I look like Charlie Chaplin. Or
And Keith, did you give a number?
Groucho? I said 4.
I say.
Yeah.
Or no.
Go to
It's,
the next-
Foghorn Langhorn.
yeah.
Did
I
you
was
say
thinking
4?
of the other guy.
I said 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Danhausen and Boogeyman are sitting in the janitor's closet office where it all began. Danhausen is on a computer saying, "Well, time to check my electronic mail. I have 7 Old Navy coupons. Oh, there must be something wrong with my car's extended warranty. Oh, another Nigerian prince asking me to loan him some monies. Well, might as well. Aha! An email from the Big Show. He must have a plan to get back our golden belts. I'll read it. Dear Danhausen, I'm going back to the Indies. It was a nice run. Please don't follow me." Danhausen begins to look sad. Boogeyman presses play on a tape player, and All Out of Love plays along with a brief, sad 80s style montage of their moments, winning matches, having fun, and doing activities together.
Oh.
The montage ends, and Danhausen says, "Well, Boogeyman, we have to go to the West Indies. We embark tomorrow." And the segment ends there.
5.
I'm all out of love. I'm so
So we
lost.
lost
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
that's a 5.
And
That's
you're
a 5.
right.
This
a
is
5.
fucking great.
The 5, yeah. I can picture
Danhausen, the
doing all
Danhausen
that.
stuff is your best stuff, and that's it.
And you're getting more of
Yeah.
it next Bookverse, so.
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was
draft
the him saying the West Indies, the all out of love. I can picture the montage, like them at like a swing set, like a playground, like like the Big Show's literally just swinging, and House is
now.
like
No, I want this.
violently swinging him. Then House
BBW, get
trying
on
to
it.
swing the Big Show.
I love it. I do. 5. 5 for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. So the next match I have is Rhino versus Cameron Grimes in the ring. So they make their pretty typical entrances. Not much
Gore.
aside from that. Cameron Grimes outmaneuvers. Oh, by the way, the Danhausen segment was about 3 minutes. So Cameron Grimes outmaneuvers Rhino as the match begins, turning into outmaneuvers Rhino, turning a test of strength into a rope leveraged arm drag. Cameron hits the ropes, but gets his foot pulled on by Jimmy Hart, Rhino's manager. Rhino hoists Grimes up and hits a military press gutbuster. Rhino then overhead tosses Grimes into the corner before going back to his and doing the dragging foot taunt. Grimes gets up in a fighting stance, showing remarkable spirit, but Rhino flies through him with a gore, taking the life out of him and pinning him 1, 2, 3 in a 4-minute squash match. Jimmy Hart gets on the megaphone saying after the match, "Woo-wee! Cameron Grimes loses in record time. Rhino took you to the gore store. You sure are a loser, you know that? No wonder you got no friends." And as he says this, Hillbilly Jim comes out and makes the save. Rhino gets away, but Hillbilly Jim catches Jimmy Hart, gives him a wedgie, and throws him out of the ring. He then extends the hand to Cameron Grimes, making their friendship official as Cameron Grimes accepts and they embrace in the middle of the ring. And that segment was 2 minutes after, so it was a total of 6 minutes. So 4-minute squash match and then that 2 minutes after.
There's a lot of just short segments on this show.
Yeah, I feel like
You know what? I feel like I'm watching Robot Chicken.
I'm preparing for my comedy style, but also I wanted to give a lot of time to the, like, because I have 3 chunks of, like, major time blocks on here, which was my Ali segment, my
The
trios match with
match.
The Miz, and I still give, like, a good 10 minutes to the New Day thing, too, and then I'm giving, like, a good 20 minutes to the main event, because I want it to be a good match. So that's why
This is kind of just there for me. Like, it was kind of unnecessary. The Gore store I did chuckle at. Yeah, this is pretty mid to me. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Can I get a Keith mid?
No. He's mathematically is nowhere near mid. Like Travis
all
is
start.
like you and Travis are opposing mids. Like Travis's mid is
Well,
too
Travis
low.
is wrong and Keith is right.
Keith is,
You all
Keith
start
is
at a
too high.
3.5 and it just gets worse or better. Like that said, this didn't do much for me, especially after the Danhausen. Like it's a good match, I'm sure.
I was trying to just like do like a nice like build to Rhino just because he's been booked really strong in this show.
Has he?
Yeah, everything he's done, he's beaten the shit out of people. Like, and then I wanted to because I started building the seed of Cameron Grimes and Hillbilly Jim at the Rumble.
Cameron Grimes.
So I wanted to put that piece together and make it official that they're together now.
I do kind of fucks with that. Like I want a hillbilly group. I like it. I might have one next book it for my book it.
Isn't it just the Wyatt family?
No, I want like
what about
hillbilly,
the
hillbilly.
well,
This is
what
more
what
like
you call it?
Squidbillies.
The
The Hillbillies?
no, we they weren't called the Hillbillies.
No, they weren't. The Godwin.
The
Yeah, that's
Godwins,
it.
yeah.
Godwins.
Yeah, Midian and him.
The slop.
You know who had a GOAT match with them? The GOAT, Triple H.
His name was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Ziggler would have done better.
No, get out.
No.
No, I think this is pretty okay. Like,
Give me that
it
Keith
wasn't-
mid.
this is gonna be a 3. It's not
Damn
quite
it.
my
Went
mid.
down
like-
to Damone mid.
it wasn't like I was probably scrolling on my phone during this. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit, Hillbilly Jim, that's cool.
1,000% coming off as the biggest hater of your show.
You are?
I'm trying
It's not
not
coming
to.
off.
So
promise
far.
you, I'm not trying. I'm trying not to.
True, that's a good point so far.
I'm going with 175.
Jesus Christ,
Oof.
Mike, read the room.
I'm
Read
just,
the room.
I'm just going what I'm noticing here, and I would have turned. I would have turned your show off.
Over a
I
fucking
would've-
squash match. They happen all the time.
Wait,
I
at
would've
what point
turned-
would you turn it off?
I would have turned it off like three
When you
segments
saw
ago.
women's
You'd have missed the
wrestling.
Danhausen. You'd have had to see Danhausen.
I would have
on the
liked the
internet.
Danhausen. I would have caught that on YouTube the next day.
Yeah.
Like that would have been on
He's
the dirt
turning it
sheet.
off.
I would
This
have
is-
got that.
TikTok.
I would have
Yeah.
turned it off.
Weekly show shit. This is normal.
I will say
shit.
this is not your strongest show.
Not only would I have turned it off, I would have turned it off just to go watch a rerun.
TCW.
Robot
I
Chicken.
get it.
I would have just went to go watch fucking House.
Bound for
I would have
Glory,
I would
I
have
get
joined Travis to watch House.
Ooh, he would have put on House. That's
I would have put on
Ooh.
House. And it would have just been a random episode. I would have just turned it on.
Man,
oof.
I would
You
have.
need
I
to
would
gotta
have
watch
turned
the
the
I
show
hate
off
that
for
Mike
this.
is just like, this thing is just there. I hate this.
Your
It's
show
like-
is just there. Right
I
now
would-
your
Not
show
there
is
isn't
there.
like awful. You're giving like I did something offensive. This is just normal
Like-
weekly show shit. This is every
This is-
Wardlow match.
But that's the
this
thing.
but
I
this
feel
isn't
like
even
you
like
really
mid just there. This is just
took
there.
a risk.
Like
I feel
like
like you
you-
really
it
took a
is.
risk.
you were told you had to put on a show, so you're like, all right, what? Who's here today?
I feel like you
I
could.
do feel like this is like your day after WrestleMania show.
Yeah,
It is.
and,
It literally is.
and
But
you
it
got-
feels underwhelming. Like
It's
there's
very
not.
underwhelming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say this is probably your weakest show. As
Oh, I
a dedicated BBW fan, this is your weakest show. Like this is a show where I'm scrolling on my phone, I'm talking to Travis or Mike or whatever. I might be playing Madden. Like
Yeah.
I'm watching, but I'm not like dedicated.
I'm playing Resident Evil on my Switch.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
got-
just kind of
on, I'm
But
doing
you
the
got a
dishes.
ladder match up next, so you gotta.
That's true.
Oh, we're to the
I'm
main
ready to
event
watch it.
already?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready for this main event.
Okay, this is where I
Um,
would like start to actually focus. So like, oh, good, sweet, the main.
we
event.
got.
Let's
a
see how
first
long
ever
I can
Wrestlers
focus for.
Union, and then we got a fucking ladder match for the next up championship. So after the match starts early when Iron Sheik attacks Alex Zane during his entrance. They fight on the entrance ramp until Alex Zane gets the upper hand with a spinning back elbow. Zane jumps up to the barricade for a moonsault, but Sheik pushes a ladder into him out of the air. Sheik leans a ladder against the apron and then lifts Zane like a battering ram and runs him into it. Sheik attempts to running clothesline Zane into the same ladder. Zane dodges, uses the top rope to get to the top of that ladder, and then diving back elbow Sheik from it. Zane slides a ladder into the ring and sets it up for a climb. Sheik grabs him off in backdrop position, then dumps him over the top rope down to the floor. Sheik goes over to the ladder and he's notably apprehensive to climb it. He begins to climb and is trembling. The crowd pops laughing and he gets down and the audio bleeps as he's yelling at them to shut the fuck up.
Is Sheik scared of heights? I love it.
He slowly gets to the middle of the ladder as Zane springboards back into the ring and hits a backstabber off the ladder. They both slowly get up, and Zane struggles to hoist up Sheik, and the crowd cheers as he's able to lift someone significantly bigger and hit the taco driver onto the knockdown ladder.
What's a taco driver?
It's like a modified, it's basically a Michinoku driver, but with more steps.
Okay.
Zane sets up a ladder in the corner, and then climbs up the turnbuckle, and then climbs up the turnbuckle behind it, and then hits a leapfrog 450 splash. Zane gets up and moves the ladder to the middle of the ring for a climb, and as Zane gets near the middle of the ladder, Sheik folds the ladder flat with Zane still on it, and then slams both to the ground. Sheik then lifts Zane and the ladder and scoop slams Zane onto another ladder, sandwiching him between the two ladders. Sheik attempts another slow climb. Zane climbs up much faster. He gets leverage and rains down punches onto Sheik, who retreats down the ladder. Sheik tries to pull Zane off by his leg, but Zane back kicks him in the gut. Zane turns around and then hits a crunch wrap off the ladder, and that's basically like a shooting star press Fame-Asser with the knees. It's actually an insane move. The crunch wrap is probably like one of the sickest wrestling moves I've ever seen. Zayn quickly gets up and tries to fight his way up the ladder, but the wear of the match is getting into him as he wobbles. The crowd boos as the Daivaris run down to the ring. They get in the ring and tip the ladder over, dumping Zayn outside the ring and onto the announce table. Sheik retreats to the corner as he watches Arya Daivari go up the ladder and pull down the title. Shannon Sharp is yelling, "Is this man really worth throwing your whole career away for? This is sad, Skip." Skip responds, "You have to admire the demotion as these men sacrificed everything for a fearless leader." Shannon cuts in, "Fearless? He was wobbling up the ladder, Skip. Damn him to hell. This is cheating. This is despicable. He did not deserve this." The Daivaris bring the belt over to Sheik, who aggressively hugs them both before celebrating with the Next Up Championship. Iron Sheik is the new Next Up champion as he celebrates in the ring to the closing shot.
So the Daivaris are fired?
Yeah, they're going to get fired, assumedly.
I like it. I think, because like, what villain wouldn't be like, no, fuck your jobs. You're gonna fucking come down here and cheat. I don't give a fuck.
Wait,
Iron Sheik beats the shit out of them on a regular basis too. So they like his.
Are they not part of the union?
Ooh.
They may not have had time to
There's
sign
a
up.
wrestling union. They can't get fired.
But what if they are? Exactly. What if they are
sign up
part
and
of
they
the
get
union,
their jobs
bro?
back? They use it to get. Hey, Mike, you just wrote my fanfic for me.
You just rolled with it.
They should strike. And that's going to be your whole next thing is your entire
the whole show shuts down because the Daivaris don't show up.
No, you don't.
Because if it could happen to them, it could happen to anybody.
Mark Cuban's just like, good, that was the intent, was for you not to show up, you're fired.
This sounds like a disaster.
So now Sami Zayn,
Alex Zane.
Ali has to like spend his whole time as champion fighting to get their jobs back.
The fucking Daivaris who we feuded with already.
Right. Someone else go with the score. I've been giving mine first all night.
You have.
I usually do.
Yeah, you usually do. No, I'm not going first because you're going to hate me.
Oh my
No, that's probably get it out of the way.
Get out of the way. Rip it off like a Band-Aid.
1.27.
No, I'm not going to go that low.
I didn't like it.
1.2. No.
1.28.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. I'm gonna just go with this flat 3. It was the ending. It was.
I mean, I gave you a pretty good match. Don't slander this.
Yeah, it was a match.
It was a good ladder match. What the fuck else do you want?
I don't know. That's the problem, and you're just not giving it to me.
You don't know what you want. Maybe you don't have room.
I should know what I want after you give it to me.
That's not how wanting things works.
Like,
you
should give me the thing that I didn't know I wanted.
Oh my god, you are worse than anybody.
That's what's better than getting a surprise.
Well, I was hoping you didn't know you wanted this, so you can't be disappointed because you didn't tell me what you wanted.
Like, I don't... Or, did you give a grade?
Yeah, 3. I'm going to just go with a flat 3.
Like, I don't love it. I don't hate it. The match was good. I'm iffy on the ending. Like, I will say Keith talked you up a bit when he did make a good point about the villain using the henchmen and not caring about their jobs. Because at first I hated it, but that explanation helps a little bit with it.
Plus, Iron Sheik is super abusive to them.
Also,
he beat their asses on the regular.
Also, if there's a union, couldn't the Iron Sheik just say, "I don't want to do that match"? That is unfair. Like, there's just holes in the union thing. I don't like it.
That's a real life story. People are just trying to get health care, Mike. Fuck off.
That's the point of the union, and he doesn't want.
It's not a storyline, Beast. Mustafa wants
also
to get dudes paid to get health care.
You made it a storyline.
To be fair,
he said it's not a storyline in the promo.
Yeah, but you did it on the show. It's a storyline.
He could have gone rogue.
To be fair, the union did just start, so they haven't had a chance to like vote and do all that.
They don't even have a
They
CBA
they haven't
yet.
even they haven't
Exactly.
negotiated
I'm
yet.
just
They
saying, if
haven't
you're
made-
gonna
That's the
don't
next booking.
a
That's the
chairman.
next booking. It's not going to be any matches. It's just going to be the negotiation table of between the union and
Don't have a-
Bar Ball and Mark Cuban.
don't tell me you're gonna have a whole segment of something that's not gonna be storyline. Get out of here. Just
It is somebody making history and getting motherfuckers paid. In
So do it
healthcare.
in the fucking-
And you
do it on
want it
Twitter.
to be about fucking Iron
too.
Sheik getting out of a ladder match.
do it
Eat
do it
my
on Twitter.
shit.
No, do it
Should
on
have been
Twitter.
a Forbes
Do,
article.
do it on
WWE
Twitter. Have the dirt
or
sheets talk
Do
BBW.
about
my
it. Don't put
do
it on
my
the
ass
show.
on Twitter. Shut up.
Please don't
Um,
put your ass on Twitter.
I mean,
well,
you could.
can.
Maybe
You
it'll
can
help
make
your show.
You should make some money. I'm gonna give it a 3.25. A little bit more than mid.
Let me ask you something.
Can I get a Keith mid?
No.
Let me ask you something.
What's that?
So they climb the ladder and pull the title down and hand it to Sheik, right?
Yeah.
Once Sheik has the title, what happens? Is there
He
Is there
was basically
fanfare?
he was like neck hugging them, like, oh, you motherfuckers actually did it, kind of
that's a
thing.
good moment. Anything
Like
else?
laughing, like he's happy he got
I
his
know what
belt.
he's asking.
He's happy that he didn't have to climb the
That's not
fucking
what he's
ladder. to win.
asking. The fact that he the guy is
Oof,
hilarious.
oof! I'm gonna have to take you off for this one.
What?
I'm gonna have to knock
What
you down.
is there something
No
coming
confetti?
down from the air? From
There's
this
no
guy.
confetti for heels winning. Everybody hates this.
I would love if
You
A
need
heel
confetti
winning
for
a
heels.
mid card title. Like,
if you wanted
Yes,
to
that
get
makes
a
it even
5 out
better.
of me for absolutely nothing. You could have been like Sheik throws a fit and forces them to light off confetti cannons.
suddenly there's a firework explosion. There
No.
you go.
He throws
You
a
can't
fit.
pull a me. That
Play
doesn't
my
work.
goddamn.
Mustafa Ali says we just negotiated the union. We got to give fireworks with every championship win.
Ooh,
There
you could have had him announce it. That would have been great. He's a good leader. Anywho, I didn't. That said, I really liked that you just said fuck it with the heel henchman coming out. Like fuck it, we're gonna help our guy. Like don't go shit. Fuck this job.
They can come work in TCW. They don't have
No,
to
I
worry
really
about
liked it.
unions.
I like that Sheik was afraid to climb the ladder. I do wish like you kind of leaned into like kind of silly Sheik, but still like super heel evil Sheik. I feel like you could have had like some more spots where he was like climbing and like Alex Zane like shakes the ladder or something while he's on top, like
Yeah.
shit like little, I feel like little shit like that. Like I always feel guilty for nitpicking little shit, but like
Oh,
little
that's
things
actually
like that
valid
would get you to
critique.
five.
That's what we
At
do
least you
here.
know what you want. At
I
least you're just not throwing out shitty numbers to do it.
I want confetti and
He
spots.
wants confetti, he wants a ladder shake. That I can work with. That's something I can build towards. I can't do shit
But-
with Mike's criticism. Like,
Mike wants you to tell him what he wants.
Mike,
Yeah,
you
that-
want to give me a 5 and undo all what you did. There you go. That's what you want. Now go fucking do it.
No,
Say
what
on
I
air
want
that I
is
revoke
an
all
ex-
my ratings and give you a 5.
What I want is an entertaining show.
You got one. There you go. You're entertained.
This would
No,
be one of the,
I
I would be
wasn't.
honest, this would be one of those shows I would say I would go on Twitter, but I barely tweet. But I would be like, it was okay. It was an okay episode. Like it would be a memorable episode.
This was an okay. Did you give him his rating yet, Keith?
Not yet. I'm gonna go $4.35.
Finally, some fucking reason.
65 cents for confetti and a couple more spots.
That's valid. See, that's what we want. Finally, some fucking
I'm gonna start
reason.
commenting on all pro wrestling videos. I'm like, should have used confetti.
Just
It'll
for
be like
a random
on
mid-card.
AEW Black with like fucking Peter Avalon beats like a local jobbers. Like, damn, should have used confetti.
Should have used
Well,
confetti.
Keith loves Peter Avalon. He's
I
with
do.
him.
I don't know
Alright.
Peter Avalon's catchphrases, but I'm a librarian.
He went for the aesthetic. So
I'm honestly. Was this the only weekly you did, John?
No, this is my second weekly. I did 2.
So you had the
My first and my last
opportunity
show.
to give us a better show, and you didn't.
Well, we'll see when the numbers drop if it's better than the first one.
Well, Mike is mean. you the Simon Cowell, book it.
But also, Keith,
it's usually John.
Why did you add an E to the end of Keith? Is this a different
French.
person when you have just the mustache?
Because I'm French now.
You're
Me, a Keefy.
Keith.
You look like a painter.
You do look like a painter.
For the audio listeners, Keith is in here. He just has a mustache for Movember, but then he has a white hat on and a gray shirt. He looks like a painter.
Yeah, you look like you do.
I won't be surprised if you stand up and you have white pants with paint speckles on it.
I don't. I have maroon shorts on.
Close enough. Good.
With cum speckles on it.
With dog hair on it.
So that was Book It. Hopefully you didn't be like me and shut it off halfway through.
I wish I could shut you off halfway.
Don't shut Book It off.
No,
Yeah,
don't
don't
shut
shut-
Book.
don't-
Well,
yeah.
it was he did present that show. So it was basically what they're doing is listening to the audio version of that show.
Oh well, if they listen to this part of Book It. And
Yeah,
then shut it
if
off,
they
that's
got
just-
here, then they made it, and the best part was Danhausen. That was your best part.
Yeah, I agree. But
Yeah.
don't worry. Next week you're gonna be able to get Toxic for potentially the last time.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
You can still do TCW.
I'm not doing
Book It for.
TCW next.
I'm
round.
doing RCW for the foreseeable future.
Each
because
show's gonna be
I
different.
thoroughly enjoy that.
I can't wait till
company.
Mike jumps the shark. He's got me not very radical right now.
He's got all of
You know
us
what?
on edge.
RCW stands for Retaliation Championship Wrestling in a couple
I mean,
weeks.
if you're gonna cheat, then so be it. But
Retaliation cheating wrestling.
you didn't write a good show. You wrote a show. You wrote.
Damn,
You
that's
can't.
crazy.
You can't act like this was gonna
Who?
be your best show,
Who?
John.
Mike
You
Joe.
can.
Who asked?
What?
Ooh.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You cannot act like this is gonna be your best show. You can't. You can't come in here thinking this is gonna be your best show.
He's not bossy boss man.
I feel like
I had a
you
good
did
time
take a
writing.
risk by having doing your big
You
show
did.
and then doing the week after.
You took a risk. It
Yeah.
did not pay off.
Yeah, I would say it wasn't terrible. It wasn't as bad as Mike.
I had a good
It
time.
wasn't like you
So I
randomly
said,
did a developmental program.
Yeah. No.
A really shitty developmental program. That deserved the hate that Mike's giving right now. Not this. This was solid.
Well, you didn't have anything as good as Rhythm and Bruce.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Rhythm
That's
and Bruce
true.
was good.
didn't have anything
And that's the other thing.
original
I
with
feel
the
like you were missing innovation. You're missing some new ideas.
I had a man wrestle with an avocado mask on. What else do you want?
That I gave it a high score for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
was good shit
there was a lot to be desired.
It feels like there was a lot of filler.
Yes, there was the intro, there was that trios match, and then
You skip
filler,
the part where the world champion starts a whole fucking wrestler union on his first night as champion.
filler Danhausen filler main
I
event,
fucking
which that was
this
it.
guy.
Man, Mike called both the female matches filler match.
He's a sexist. And he gave one of them a
And I
fucking
gave
4.
I gave it a 4.
Filler, I guess. Fuck this guy.
We're at the bottom of the barrel here, man. Like I all right.
All right.
Fair. I
That's
can't wait for Mike's shit to get dumped on him.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking eviscerate.
Look,
I can't
I've
wait
done
till
pretty
he gives me
good
that glacier
storytelling.
bullshit, and I get a fucking.
You're just gonna give it because Glacier's in it. You're just gonna give it a bad score, so that's
Yeah.
fine. It is what it is.
I just wasn't entertained by this.
I mean, I'm telling a large story in
The large story of Hulk
multi-part,
Hogan
so-
loves America. Oh yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Kurt Angle, and
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
You took way too long to realize.
I was gonna say John Cena, but it's Peacemaker.
Well, I can't wait
That
to
guy.
rate that. I'm truly looking for it.
And I'm telling a pretty decent story. So
Mike has been like edging us for weeks now.
yeah, because
Yeah, he better not. He's got some things that if he fucks up,
Yeah.
Oh no,
getting-
the stuff that I've got all that taken care of. We're
He's-
good.
Mike's got plates spinning, and
Yeah, he's got some landmines that
I've got
could
I've-
blow off big.
I've got some good ideas. I know we're good. I'm
Good.
not worried about my show.
Good.
If I lose, it's because you sabotage me and you're just mad because your show sucks.
So when I get bad scores, it's because I suck. When you lose, it's because sabotage. Damn, this.
Yeah,
That
because
man
you're
just needs a
literally
MAGA
saying
hat.
you had literally came on the show just
Alright,
now a
Kanye,
few
relax.
seconds ago saying I'm gonna retaliate.
Bro, it was a
What the fuck else was
punchline.
this
It was a
thing?
joke.
All right. So, anyways, let's book it.
I'll punch your
God,
line.
you're so corny.
Yeah.
Oh,
do
we gotta
plugs or
do
anything?
plugs. Yeah.
We're doing
Keith, do you have
ads,
anything to
plugs.
plug?
Just book it, follow book it, listen book it, watch book it, tell friends about book it.
You can book it too.
John, do you have
Look at
anything to
you.
plug?
Yes, if you want to see some hate and ass behavior, I'm gonna be joining Travis in making another Mike Jasko hate account. So you can go to @LilXFudge where you can see a second Mike Jasko hater one hater account.
I don't even know how
Um,
how he would be a hater account. I don't.
Oh, you'll
see
find out.
any of that on Twitter, anyways.
Go search up what Travis's name is right now. But if you want to see some hate and ass behavior that's more entertaining than Mike's boring hating ass behavior, then you can go follow @LilXFudge at Twitter. See, my hating is more entertaining than yours. Continue.
Do you guys want to hear something funny? It's about Travis.
Uh,
While I was I was tweeting earlier, and I was talking about how CM Punk should have never won the AEW World Title, and I tried to tag Travis. There's another I Am Travi out there, and I came across him and didn't get a chance to find him again. But someone else has his name.
He gotta die.
Someone
Is
else.
it I am Travi
Once
or I am
again-
Travi T?
I don't know, but once again, someone on Twitter is currently hoeing
Being
Travis.
Damone.
Well, I'm the #1 Jade Cargill hater account. So she's a bum. Fuck her. You can follow
Wish
me
you could
at
bumfuck her.
TheMoneyT13. Yeah, I would, but you know, but in the ring she sucks. So TheMoneyT13, DAMONEY, T the #1, the #3. And you can also follow the T13 TikTok, which is T1 and then 3 spelled out.
You can find me on Twitter where I am a Boy Meets World lover. So I tweet a Boy Meets World podcast, and that's about it. And that's not even a joke. Go through my Twitter feed. That's all I tweet at is
That's it.
Boy Meets World podcast.
We'll start tweeting at your hate accounts.
You can find all the show. You can find me on Twitter, hi-fi_Mike. You can find all the shows on the T13 Media Network on our website at t13media.com. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Golden Rules 5 or fuck off.
That's the rule for rating my show, but you should fuck off.
Write a better show.
Fuck off.
Let's book it. See ya.
Bye.